Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. The translation reads like this. Last year, I found out that some of my fellow pastors, they are involved in Ukuthwala. So I used to suspect that one of my friends, there was something that was going on with him, but I never even bothered myself about it. But you know, women have a way of telling you to go out there and investigate something about your friend. She kept on talking about how my friend's wife was always going on different vacations and she was unable to do the same because we were poor. That was when I started to think about it. My wife had said one night, you know, our friends, they have everything. They have cars, money. Because this friend of mine that I'm talking about right now on Bolt, he has almost 20 to 25 cars, I think, that he is on Bolt. So that is like a side hustle, apart from the other many businesses that they have. When I learned that he was using rituals to achieve it, at first I was disgusted. But with time, I saw that he made the correct decisions. One day when we were in his office, he took out a lot of letters that had been sent to him by debt collectors. And I knew that was why he had to do what he had to do, because the donations in his church, they were no longer coming. The same thing was happening in my church. And in May this year, after he had tried to convince me throughout the whole of last year, I was refusing. But this year, it was in May when I finally agreed to go with him so that I can meet up with his Sangoma who comes from KwaZulu-Natal. I wanted the same wealth, not power. I just wanted the wealth because these days, there are those that still chase after miracles, but people, they just want to go to a good church where they are wealthy people. Above it all, if you are wealthy as a pastor, it just gives you this confidence to preach to those that are wealthy. Can a poor man preach unto those that are millionaires? No, it cannot. Even if it meant selling my soul, I did not even care. The Sangoma made it clear that I will need to make sacrifices. So I offered my daughter, Nomsa, not her real name. The ritual sealed her fate. So I have been given a tokology. It is just something that is just funny. I was given this small idol that we have to keep hidden in our bedroom. She is not supposed to touch it. That small idol is her husband. So I have condemned her to a barren life. After gaining wealth, I did not stop. I felt invincible. I began luring women. You know, women, when you have money, you're like a magnet to women. I started seducing them, convincing them that I cared. Over the past few months, I have impregnated 4 different women. The first one was this other widowed woman, a very beautiful one. And she has money also. That was my first one that I slept with, apart from my wife. Ever since I had gotten married to my wife, I had never thought about sleeping with or touching another woman. Then she fell pregnant, and I spoke with my Zangoma. He knew that there was a woman who had fallen pregnant before she had even known that she had fallen pregnant. I was told that I had to ask her to have an abortion. So after I had told her to have an abortion, she refused, but I was then given some charms. I was told to buy some of the things and mix it with the charms that were sent to me from KZN. And then I mixed those charms. And when we were together, I just used those charms and she agreed. So when she had that abortion, it meant that the fetus that was aborted from her womb would be used for ritual. And these rituals, they would be there to protect me even more. So these women, the 3 ones, they were easy. They were not from church. They fell pregnant and I blamed them for not taking precaution as a woman, you need to take precaution, I said, to make sure that you are on a family planning that works. So each and every abortion that I did, I was told to return back to KZN to do some rituals to cleanse my spirit, to cleanse myself, after I would have forced these women to have the abortions. And when I returned back to KZN, I then told the woman that I cannot continue dating her because she is no longer clean, even though I do not tell her that the reason as to why I cannot date her anymore, it is because she had an abortion. Because once a woman has an abortion, the Sangoma told me, it is like you have killed someone. You need a cleansing. You have to be cleansed using our traditional ways. So whenever a woman does that, any man that sleeps with her, he also becomes dirty. He said that is the reason as to why a lot of people right now, they are complaining about having bad luck. Some of them are even blaming their relatives who do not even know anything about witchcraft. It is because along the way, you might have slept with a woman who had an abortion and never had a cleansing ceremony. So I did this because I was driven by greed. I was driven by the thrill of success, wanting to become wealthy. So I am someone who is making money. I'm still new to this game of being rich. I have since managed to buy myself a top-of-the-line Ford Ranger, a 3.2L wild track with all the latest features. And it is really good. Like, it is luxury. The leather seats, the touch screen. I was used to my little car. Even the roar of the engine, when you drive that car, you can feel that indeed this is life. Ukuthwala is good because you get to experience some of the things that maybe you might not even have managed to experience those things in your life. Whenever I am driving around with my beautiful car, my truck as I call it, it is like a declaration of my success. I don't rely on donations, even if it happens that at church they do not donate anything. I don't care. I am a man who has his own money, and I am able now to keep the doors to my church open. What I like about my South African people is that they always want to associate themselves with those that have money. I have seen it firsthand as it happens to my friend. There are a lot of rich people that go to church. You can even preach for 5 minutes. But if you are a pastor that is poor, you can preach for hours and hours and people will be quiet. People, they are hungry. They do not want to hear about some of the things that we can consider now to be useless. People want to be taught business, how to run successful business, how to lift up our economy of our country. That is what my friend is all about. Sometimes when I look at my daughter, I feel sorry for her because I know that the more that she grows, the more that she will start to experience making love to a man that she does not know in her dreams, in which it will be that Tokoloshi, the idol that I have in my bedroom. And she will never be able to get married. That is her fate, her destiny. But as for now, I am trying to provide for her and her siblings, for her mother. This is what I did. I did join this group of pastors. They specifically use sangomas. So when you are poor, sometimes you can consider doing something like that. As long as you are not physically killing anyone, I don't think that it is wrong. For it, if it was wrong, Ukuthwala was going to be a crime. As long as it is not a crime, I think that it is okay. To those that say that Ukuthwala is wrong, I don't know if they are familiar with Jacob's story. I don't want to waste people's time, but they can go through Genesis 30, 37, even up to 43. They can try to go through that. And they should come back and tell us if that is not Ukuthwala. When Jacob was making sure that he had more livestock than his own father-in-law. I think that this is the same thing as the Ukuthwala rituals. So I rest my case, and if people want to debate me, maybe I'll come back. But they can tell me also in the comment section if I am wrong after they have gone through the things that Jacob did with his father-in-law's livestock. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admins who helped us with this translation, hoping that you were able to understand. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world.